Welcome to ANS Solver question 1 of this paper. So for part A1, they are asking you to find the ratio between pear trees and apple trees in its simplest form. So the easiest way to do this is to divide the number of pear trees by the number of apple trees. So if we divide, if we divide 600 by 720, this can be reduced to 5 by 6, and you will get the same answer if you put this in your calculator as well. So therefore your final answer for part A1 will be 5:6 in that ratio. Now let's move to part A2, where they are asking you to calculate the total mass of the apples produced by 720 trees. By 720 trees. Now they are telling us that each apple tree produces 16 boxes of apples. So 720 trees multiplied by 16, because each tree produces 16. So 720 trees would produce 720 multiplied by 16, and one box contains 18 kgs of apples. So multiplied by 18, because each box contains 18 kgs. So the total would be 720 multiplied by 16 multiplied by 18. So you would get your final answer as 20736 because 720 multiplied by 16 multiplied by 18 is equal to 207,360. Now you could give your final answer as this, but they are saying that they are asking you to give your final answer in standard form. Now standard form means that you have to write it in the form, say a point, the rest of the number, multiplied by 10 raised to x. Now a cannot be equal to 0, and a has to be equal to 1 to 9. So a has to lie between 1 to 9. So in this case, we can put the decimal place just after 2. So if we do that, we will have to write the number as 2.0736 multiplied by 10 raised to. Now the value of x will be the value of how many times the decimal place would you move to the right or the left to get to reach your original answer. So our original answer in this case, which was 207,360, to reach that you would have to move the decimal place to the right. In this case, 1 2 3 4 5 places to the right, and therefore you will write 10 raised to 5, and therefore this will be your final answer for part A2. Now let's move to part B1, where they are asking us to find the mass of apples picked that week. So they are telling us that the mass of apples is to the mass of pears are in the ratio 13:9, and they are telling us that the total mass of pears picked was 18,540. So now all you need to do is cross multiply. So it will be 13 multiplied by 18,540 divided by 9, and therefore x will be equal to 26,780. You'll get the same answer if you input this in the calculator, or if you simplify your working right here in this fraction. Now this is your final answer for part B1. Now let's move to part B2, where they are asking you to work out the selling price per kilogram of the apples. Now they are telling you that the cost of the apples is 0.85, and they are telling you that he sells them at a profit of 60%. So profit of 60% would be 60% more than 100. So you could take it as 160 out of 100. So 160. So basically your answer would be 0.85 multiplied by 160 divided by 100. And if you put this in your calculator, you will get your final answer as 1.36 dollars 1.36. So that would be your final answer for part B2. Now let's move to part C, where they are asking you to calculate the percentage profit per kilogram made by the shop. Okay, so they are telling you that the shop buys the pear at $101.5 per kilogram, and they sell the pairs at 2.3 euros per kilogram. So let's convert the euros into dollars first. They've given us the conversion rate as 1 is to 0.92, and they are telling us that they sell at 2.3 euros. So we can cross multiply and find the value in dollars. So therefore x would be equal to 2.3 multiplied by 1 divided by 0.92. Now, when you input this calculation into the calculator, that is 2.3 divided by 0.92, you will get your answer as $2.5. Now, this is your selling price. You can just label it as selling price. Yeah. Now, your selling price is 2.5. This is your cost price. And so, your profit would be your selling price minus the cost price, so minus 1.5. And since you have to calculate the percentage of profit percentage, the formula would be the new dollar amount, that is 2.5, minus the old amount, that is 1.5, divided by the old amount, in this case the cost price, which is 1.5. So instead of saying the old and new amount, you could say the formula is selling price minus cost price divided by cost price multiplied by 100. So 2.5 minus 1.5 is 1 divided by 1.5 multiplied by 100. So you can simply put this in your calculator and you will get your answer as 66.66 recurring. And therefore, since you need to give your answer in 3 significant figures, you will give your final answer as 66.7%, because the fourth significant figure in this case, which is 6, is greater than or equal to 5. So it rounds off the third significant figure, which is 6, to the next number, that is 7. Now let's move to part D of this question, where they are telling us that Mohsin's earnings increase exponentially at a rate of 8.7% each year. During 2018, he earned $195,600. Now, when they say increase exponentially, it should immediately strike you that this is a compound interest question. So, you will use the compound interest formula where your principal amount is 195,600 multiplied by 1 plus the rate, which is 8.7%, by 100. Now, they are asking us that during 2027, how much more does he earn than during 2018? So, we have to find the difference between the amount that he earns in 2027 and the amount that he earns in 2018. So, the difference between 2027 and 18 would be 9 years, because 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. That is 9 years. And since we have to find the difference between the amount that he earns now, or amount that he will earn in 2027, and the amount that he earns in 2018, so we minus 195,600 from this new amount. So now all you need to do is input this calculation into your calculator. So 1 plus 8.7% is equal to 1.087. The whole thing raised to 9 multiplied by 195,600 is equal to 414,414.3136 minus 195,600. So therefore your final answer would be 218,814.3136. Now, since you need to give your answer in 3 significant figures, you will round this answer up. Your third significant figure, which is 8 in this case, and your fourth significant figure, which is also 8. So 8 is greater than or equal to 5. So it rounds off the 8 to the next number, that is 9. So your final answer will be the dollar amount of 219,000. And this will be your final answer for part D of this question.